This is Fox 9 Good Day.
Welcome back. Every October, people all over the world show their support for those affected by breast cancer.
No doubt you've seen pink ribbons popping up around town, maybe on some of your favorite products. The latest numbers estimate that more than 168,000 people in the U.S. are living with metastatic breast cancer, also known as stage 4.
And we are joined this morning by one of those women living with stage 4, Jacquelyn Vranicar. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm so happy to be here and shine a brighter light on metastatic breast cancer.
And you are doing that. To see your posts on Instagram, I was telling you that they are passionate, they are raw, but this is your purpose now, is to let people know about stage 4 and how little we're spending on research, and that's so important. Take us back to the first day that you discovered that you had stage 4.
Sure. I went for my annual exam, which included a breast exam, and everything checked out. I was completely healthy by all means. And then I told my doctor, I don't know if it's woman's intuition or a stirring, but it feels as if when you leave home and you leave the coffee maker on. I said, something doesn't feel right. She said, well, it's not unreasonable to have an early mammogram. So at 38, sent me for that mammogram, and there was my tumor. And then subsequent scans showed a mass on my liver, making me metastatic, stage 4. And it was, devastating is an understatement. It just feels like everything is out of control, and it's very lonely. You think, well, gosh, never go on the internet and Google anything, but in doing so, you realize that the statistics are not in your favor. And a big part of that is because there is a lack of research for stage 4. Only about 3% of breast cancer research is for stage 4, and stage 4 is the breast cancer that we die from. So in discovering those startling numbers, I decided that I could put some purpose behind all of this pain. And my last name is Vranicar, so we developed vranicure. And as of last night, actually, we have marked the $50,000 mark in 2 years. So we were super excited that we've raised so much for Metaviver. And Metaviver is the organization that gives 100% of their proceeds to researching stage 4. So I'm a huge cheerleader for them, because that is what is going to get us to a cure, is research. And they are doing great things for thrivers and all breast cancer survivors.
When you, and again, you've been open with your story, so we appreciate you talking about it. When you got the diagnosis, obviously you said you went to, as anyone would, you go to a dark place, you start researching, you realize you think about your mortality, frankly. How were you able to shift it and shift it to, okay, you know what? Let's just be honest, this sucks, okay?
Yeah,
this is it's not fair, it's not fun. How were you able to kind of shift it to trying to make an impact?
Sure. I feel like a naturally joyful person. I'm happy most of the time. This is a really heavy weight to carry every day. And I saw how fortunate I was to even have gotten that early stage mammogram. I think a lot of healthcare professionals would maybe have said, you don't need to yet, we'll come back in 6 months, that type of thing. So I feel fortunate in that regard that we found it, that after many surgeries and treatments, that I have no evidence of disease currently. We did a liver resection. There's all my, all of that. This is just 2 years. There's the liver resection, So
what does that mean? What is that?
So I had one single lesion on my liver, and we were able to, in that liver resection, remove 60% of my liver. And with that came the cancer. Because it's metastatic, though, it got there somehow through my blood or through my lymphatic system. And so it is not curable for that reason, because it's microscopically, somewhere waiting. And that's the reason for my scans every 4 months, to see if it has started growing somewhere again. But I do take, there are 16 subsets of breast cancer, so it's a very complicated disease to tackle. Mine, fortunately, is hormone fed. So I take a hormone blocker every day to try to prevent it from growing in that way. And I also take a drug that was just approved in 2017, thanks to research, and it's a tumor blocker. So
there has certainly been progress.
Absolutely.
Now, it might be surprising. You said so little money, 2% is actually
2 or 3,
goes to, I mean, stage 4, which needs more. And what does that mean? Like, maybe people don't really understand. You said this is right now a cancer that cannot be cured. It can be kind of maintained, and you're just doing your best. Right now, there's no cancer showing in your body, but you don't know if it'll come back. And why this is so important? And does it frustrate you that more research, it must, is not being used specifically for stage 4?
I think that there is a confusion in that. So 1 in 8 women get diagnosed with breast cancer. I think that's a pretty common statistic. So all of those women, whether diagnosed at stage 0, 1, 2, or 3, 30% of them will have recurrence at stage 4. And that's metastatic breast cancer. I think there's a disconnect. And I know that it took me a while to even say that I had metastatic breast cancer. It is incredibly scary. And I feel like if we could get all of our sisters that are survivors to join us and champion the cause of raising awareness about stage 4 and what that means, that could push us ahead even more, because there is a sea of pink. And I feel like metastatic breast cancer has been looked at like the pink elephant in the room. We all know it's there. No one wants to look at it because it's so scary. But if we had all those voices helping us thrivers, it would be so impactful.
And you're doing that hopefully with this product line that you have started to get people to talk about what is this? What is this?
So if anyone remembers Chino Latino. Okay,
oh my God,
yes. Okay, so you didn't know Chino Latino was there, right? You knew, oh, this is a cool place, but the name wasn't outside. So this is how I sign cards. Rather than writing love, I'll put this heart. And in trying to figure out how can I help raise money, I said, well, let's make some cute merch that doesn't scream breast cancer, but it sparks conversation. So someone sees this and they'll say, oh my gosh, that's such a cute hat, where'd you get that? And then you can start the conversation of, oh, this raises money for metastatic breast cancer, and here's why. So we've got hats and joggers and mugs, and 100% of the proceeds benefit Metaviver. We have a great company in Chanhassen, Business Impact Group, that have been so generous. They do everything at cost. They don't make a cent off of this line. No one's making any money. We're donating 100%. And so that actually, our sales window will go until tomorrow if anyone's interested in having a cute hat for the hockey rink or in the winter season.
And you just hit a big milestone.
Yes, $50,000 last night, which means, so my friend, I need to recognize Lindsay Block. She's a fellow thriver. We happened to meet right after our diagnoses, and similar young mom, stage 4 de novo, which means from diagnosis. And we have raised $50,000 in 2 years, which is just, I mean, in large part to our incredible family and friends who are beyond generous and have really walked alongside us since our diagnoses. And we
need to keep the word. You are doing a fantastic job, but we just need to keep pushing this over and over and over. That metastatic 4, it is not curable, and that we need more research. Stage 4 needs more, and it's great that you're raising so much money. Metaviver, also a great organization. Metzgerade raises a lot of money too. So
Jacquelyn,
go out there and also get your mammograms.
Yes,
I had mine last week. So
Jacquelyn, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for telling your story and keeping it with us. You can learn more information, of course, at the website metaviver.org, and you can also follow along on her process on Instagram. She's very vocal. Watch it, follow it along. We'll be right back.